now as we can transition back to some Pittsburgh stuff, because I know the Pittsburgh people, they're like, yo, I like the fighting. That's cool. Love the Most and Deke podcast. But can I hear some Pittsburgh talk? We got you. We got you. Because last night we had action. We had a little Pens action, baby. Let's go Pens. And they got the job done in impressive fashion, man. Winning 5-1 against the Rangers. Just a big time performance by them. Obviously, you know, they've been able to string together a good amount of wins right now. I think they've won, 7 of their last 10 or something like that. Like, they've definitely put together a nice little string right here. But it was good to see them respond to an early goal being given up, because typically we talk about the Pens and how either they're going to start fast, they're going to start slow. But either way, like, it can put them in a hole early on, and we just never know with the goaltending. We never know with the defense, right? So after seeing that first goal be given up, you're just kind of, you know, on your edge a little bit. And it was the first game for Casey DeSmith in, I think 10 starts, because obviously Tristan Jarry had played those last 10 in a row. So you kind of, I know for me, I kind of got a little uneasy. I said, oh, baby, is my guy going down today?
You faltered a little bit.
I got a little nervous because I was like, man, I didn't even think of the rhythm element of, all right, going from not playing in 10 games to now you're out here in this action, and literally your first shot, you're just like, whoa, you know what I mean? So I never thought of that. I went instant to the panic, and I was like, oh gosh, I think my guy's done. Is it over for him? But then he recovered. He bounced back and he did his thing, only allowing 1 goal. Shout out to the young boy, Casey DeSmith. But I like how my offense looked out there, man. The offense looked good, and it was cool because they were, you know, using defense to create that offense, to get some of these 2-on-1 rushes and stuff like that. And I was just really impressed by this team, man, to just see how they've been responding lately, you know?
No, for sure. Letang's been playing good. I don't know if he might have had a point yesterday. There was like 12 Penguins that had points.
Yeah,
he didn't have a goal though.
He had a point. He had the point on the Crosby goal.
But he's been balling out as of late. He's had goals, you know, the past 4 or 5 games. He had some really nice shots yesterday. Kapanen and Malkin though, man.
Dude,
Kapanen has a sweet shot.
Oh my
fast
gosh,
as hell.
dude.
And then I was really impressed with that pass to Malkin. Whenever it was that 2-on-1, like, you're just like, all right, not only can he shoot, that was a clean-ass pass, though.
And that was the one that really, like, sealed the deal. That put him up, 4-1 at the time, so that was huge. But no, man, Kasperi, he's been looking good. I think ever since he got – what game was it? I'm trying to see where he got pulled. Was it – oh, my goodness. It would have been in the third period. Oh, man. It was either against the Rangers or the Islanders a couple of games ago.
I think it was Islanders.
He had got pulled in the third period. And literally ever since then, I think he scored in each game since then, man. Like, it's been crazy. But when you think about this team, that's what we've been seeing from them, man. They're starting to get hot. They're starting to click a little bit more and play a lot better in all 3 phases, which is huge, man, in terms of offensively, defensively, and when it comes to the power plays and stuff like that.
And goaltending.
And shout out to and both goalies, too, right?
For sure. DeSmith played good yesterday. You know, I'm a Jarry guy, but dude, I mean, the one goal at the beginning, I wouldn't even say that's his fault. That's been happening over the past, like, however many weeks. 3-on-0s, 2-on-0s, 2-on-1s.
Yes.
But yeah, DeSmith played good yesterday, man.
No, man, he definitely did. And like I said, to see from the beginning of the season where we were kind of trying to figure out if we had 1 goalie, 2 goalies, or no goalies, right? Because both of those guys, it was like DeSmith, you didn't think, you know, he was as talented, and then Jarry wasn't playing up to what we had expected. It made us all a little bit uneasy. But to see now, you know, what they've been able to do to really ease our minds at the goalie position is great to see. And defensively, they're playing better. But I think the biggest piece has been Malkin. Malkin has been very impressive of lately. Way different from what we saw at the beginning of the season, where, you know, we were asking ourselves, is he still going to be on this roster, or are they going to look to trade this guy potentially because the play isn't what it's supposed to be? Malkin has been looking really good, though, man. And you can just see the energy that he provides this team with what he's able to do out there, man. So I love it, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing from the Pens, baby. I'm loving it.
Some people are saying it's the fans. Malkin's getting up for the fans.
Well, I will say this. The fans have been back for, 3 games now? And he's balled out in all 3 of them games, man. So that could be it. And they have said that he is a guy that feeds off of that emotion. That they've been very clear with that. So that could definitely be the case because he has looked really good since the fans have come back. So if that's the case, Keep the fans in there, baby. Keep them in there.
Another thing that may be flying under the radar a little bit. Remember whenever we released Rutherford, there were rumors about a Letang trade.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the Penguins, maybe the Penguins organization knew what they were doing with that move.
But look, we said a couple of things though, right? We said not only in terms of them shooting down the Letang trade, but we've also seen how multiple players have responded since the change in GM, right? Since the change there at GM and then director of or president of hockey operations, because that job security wasn't there anymore. Letang has played a lot better. Malkin has played a lot better. Kapanen has played a lot better. We talked about the goaltending has played a lot better. Sometimes you need to do that. I think we talked about this a couple episodes ago. You know, we had to switch coaches before to get this done. This time we just went and switched the GMs. It's all good. It's all good. As long as it produces these type of wins and these type of performances. I mean, remember, we hadn't even had a multiple goal win. You know what I mean? It was always, all right, we won by one or we won in overtime. We're seeing some of these 3-1s, 4-1s, 5-1s now. This is what we want. This is what it's supposed to look like.
This might be the second game all season where you could coast into the third period and just
seriously,
like,
man,
the Penguins have this. We're good. No worries. So, yeah, you're right, 100%. It's good to get one of these wins. And it was against the Rangers. They're not the best team of all time, but still, I mean, we've lost
to them. Quality team, though, man.
Yeah. We've lost to them in the past. I think. I could be wrong on that, but
it was between them and the Islanders. I keep mixing them up because we keep playing them back to back to back to back. One night it's the Islanders, one night it's the Rangers. All right, and they're literally 7 minutes around this corner, 7 minutes around that corner. I don't know. We just know it's one of them teams.
Either way, we were favored. We should have taken care of business, and we did. It's better than not. And we have everyone's talking about it. I think 8 of the next 10 games, it's Rangers, Buffalo, and the Devils. So
Which is huge, man.
That's a huge stress to try to get some more points and try to bump yourself up in the standings.
Absolutely. And get
it's easy to say that. It's easy to say, like, oh, man, this is our time. Can we get up to first or second place? You still got to win. You got to win these games.
Definitely do,
like
man.
You always say with football, everyone's professional out there.
Absolutely. And even though on paper we're going to be favored, it's not a favorable matchup if we don't make it a favorable matchup. We talk about that a lot as well.
You've seen how this team has operated so much this season.
Man.
Where I don't feel good about any of this. I feel good from the standpoint of, like, this is pointing in a good direction.
Yep.
But to say it's guaranteed, I don't know about that.
Yeah, because they've been very inconsistent at times. I mean, are we going to get this, Pens team that showed up last night? Or are we going to get the Pens team that showed up against the Flyers in game 3 where they got worked pretty bad? Yeah, you just never know. You never know. So, fingers crossed, though. Hopefully the good mojo is flowing. And as long as you keep showing the taco meat, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
You think that's the key? I think it is. I think it's the Malkin with the fans and maybe this timeline of me wearing these button-downs too.
I'm telling you, man. Got to keep it going. We got playoff beers and we got regular season button-ups. That's simple, man.